welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about how do I connect my USB-A cables up to a MacBook Pro that only has USB-Cs. Well, I'll tell you that right after this. Hey everybody, welcome back to I Am Gadget Guy. I am Gadget Guy. You can call me Justin, just nothing inappropriate. All right, so I am talking about how can I take cords like this. Okay, so how can I take a cord like a USB-A right here and plug it into my MacBook Pro? So let's take a look at the MacBook Pro. I have a MacBook Pro right here, okay? And on this side, as you can tell, I have an audio port. Then I have two USB-C plugs and a MagSafe plug. Then on this side, I have an HDMI adapter, I have a USB-C, and I have an SD adapter. Okay? And so where am I going to plug this in? Okay? I don't understand where I'm going to plug this in to my MacBook Pro so I can have the ability to have this cord plugged into my MacBook Pro. It's not going to happen. Oh, wait. I picked up some USB-C and USB-A adapters. All right, so this one right here, as you can see, that's a USB-A. So yeah, this is a USB-A adapter. So I can take my cord and I can plug it in just like that. Then I can plug this into my MacBook because it's a USB-C adapter. Now this has a USB-C adapter on the end, so yeah, that's just that. But I also have this right here underneath my monitor. Okay, that's a USB-A, and I can connect that to my MacBook, but that's where this comes in handy, right there. Then I can take my other USB-A devices and plug it into there, and I have able to hook up to my MacBook. So what good are these? I mean, these are really super good. You can take, because I have a lot of devices that has the USB-A right there. And I need to convert it to the USB-C so it'll fit in my laptop, my MacBook. I have a MacBook Pro M3 chip, so it's really super nice, okay? But these aren't the only ones I have. I have this one right here where it has a USB-A on it and a USB-C connector. And that is for just in case I have to plug this into a wall adapter and all I have is the USB-A. So like take, for instance, I can take this right here, okay? And I can plug this in right there. And then, so yeah, my MagSafe cord for my MacBook is a USB-C adapter, okay? So I can plug this into that, and I can plug that into my laptop and it'll charge. Except for I would never do that because it's just redundant. But you get my drift. I can plug this into an adapter and I can have power coming from the wall. So it's really super nice to have these little devices right here. So I can convert USB-Cs to USB-As, or I can convert USB-As to USB-C. These are really handy, all right? And so I picked up something else that comes in handy. And what did I pick up? Well, it's this little device right here, okay? Not sure if you can see that or not. It's just a little tiny device, okay? It's got a USB-C on it right there, and that's a USB-C. So I can plug it into my MacBook like this. I can plug it in like that, so it's pointing up. You know, I can also pull it out and point it down like that. If I have it up on a little easel, then I can plug in stuff underneath it. So that makes it really super nice. You can do different type of angles. I'll show you where I use this at here. All right, so I have one of these 90 degrees USB-C to USB-C right here on my lamp because I have a tight fit back there. I actually got one pointing down and I got one pointing up. The one pointing down goes over and it plugs into here like that. And the other one, I can just plug any USB-C cable into it and I have easy access to it. And that's what makes the tight spaces really super convenient with these 90 degrees. Those are nice little tight spaces. If you have a tight space, you don't want to reach your hand back there all the time and rip up your wall and stuff like that with the cords. You can get one of these 90-degree angles and use it. They're really, really super nice. I even have one for USB-A right here. That converts into a 9 USB-C. And so I can plug this in and in a tight space and I can have access to it. It's really super nice. Yeah, we'll come back over here to my MacBook. All right. So if we were to take this USB-C adapter and plug it in right there, okay? And then we have my SD card. I can plug it in right there, okay? I don't really like to have a cable or something right there that's, you know, big and bulky right next to it. So I have that little extension out, and then I can plug in like a keyboard or a hard drive like right into that. But I also have this right here. It's just a cord that plugs in and it goes to a USB-A. So I can have my hard drive sit out here and it won't be in the way of me moving back and forth my SD cards. So yeah, this is just another thing I have, USB-C to USB-A. That's really super nice. Now, I have a whole bunch of different hard drives and stuff like that that I needed to keep separate. And I have this one underneath my monitor. It's got my keyboard in and a couple different plugs in it that I can use on a daily basis. All right. So I picked up this one from Amazon right here, okay? And as you can see, it's got 2 USB-Cs and 2 USB-As. All right, so I really like this one because I can take my USB-A cords, I have those from my hard drives, and plug them in. And then I can take my USB-Cs and I can plug this one in, and that's just fine because I can plug another USB-A into that. So I can plug a USB-C to USB-C in here, and then I can take another USB-C device and I can plug that into the top. Yeah, it's kind of redundant. It's kind of big and bulky, but then I can have a hard drive come out here and I won't have 2 big USB-C ports right in there. I have that right there, but it's kind of hard to do because sometimes the cables get in the way. I could always do that, but I like to have it on the angle so I can have them all separated so it's a little bit easier for me to unplug. That's just me, by the way. That's just me. That is all my USB-C adapters. I really, really like them. And they just make life a lot easier. I even picked up a USB-A to USB-A adapter that looks like this, just so I can stick it in this right here. And if it's plugged into my monitor, it goes back out here, then I have access to it, and I can just plug in cables and hook them up and stuff like that, instead of them having them come out and, you know, just like that. It just makes it look nicer for me. That's just how I prefer it. So those are my USB-C adapters that I got to convert stuff into USB-As into my MacBook. Because I don't want to go out and buy a whole bunch of new hard drives until these ones, you know, get used. Because I just bought these before I bought my MacBook. I know, right? But that is what you need to have. You need to have some USB-Cs. And I really, really like them. The USB-C adapter right here converts to USB-A, so I can plug it into my MacBook. This right here converts USB-C into a USB-A, so I can plug it into the wall. So that is my USB-C adapters. I really like them. I picked up these all on Amazon. I'll have the links down below in the description. And so, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to answer them. So give it a thumbs up if you like this video, because we'll push it out to more people who might like gadgets or USB-C and USB-A adapters. Also, if you want to, hit subscribe. That would really help the channel grow. And then hit that bell notification while you're down there so you'll be notified at any time or every time I upload. All right? I really appreciate you guys. And until the next video, I will see you later. Bye.